Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Dhyan and I'm back with another Python video. So, in this video, I will be teaching you how to make a basic calculator using Python code. So, this calculator, keep in mind that this calculator is a very basic calculator and you can use only two variables in this calculator. Well, if you want to use more variables, you can always um, run the the commands. You can run the commands again. So yeah, this is a very basic calculator. I have opened a Jupyter notebook and I have renamed it basic calculator, and this is where we will be constructing the basic calculator. So this calculator, it's very easy, believe me, it's very easy. And through this calculator you will be learning how to use if statements in a better way. So we have already taught you if statements in the previous Python tutorials, but through this calculator you will get to know how how to use if statements in a proper way. And yeah, you can construct various programs with if statements and other functions like that. So as I told, I have already made a new notebook named it basic calculator. So uh, this calculator consists of two variables. So we are going to get those two variables from the user. That means we are going to get the input from the user. So obviously we can't use our own variables. The user decides what kind of variables are going to be used in the calculator. So, and in this calculator, only addition, division, multiplication, and subtraction can be carried out. As I said before, this is a very basic calculator, only to make you guys understand the proper usage of if statements. So now we have to take the input from the user, which is a very important thing. So let's make the first variable, which will be our first number that the user will be entering. I think I'll name it num1. Num1 will be equal to the input. The user is supposed to enter a number, and we are going to convert that number into a float. So we are going to write float. So float is a floating point number. It's going to have decimals, and then we are going to convert the input, and let's prompt them to give the input. Let's uh let's say something like enter enter the first number, the column. Okay, so if we run this, it's gonna ask the user to enter the first number, and it's gonna save it in the num1 variable. This is very easy. So then we will name the second variable num2. This is also going to be a float. Always need at least two variables to carry out some calculations. Enter the second number. So this is gonna prompt the user to enter the second number. Now, after these two lines, we will have two numbers from the user. Now, after the user has entered two numbers, we can't carry out any sort of calculations just by knowing two numbers. We need to know what the user wants us to do with those two numbers. So for that we need an operator. By operator I mean addition, subtraction, division, or multiplication, one of those four. So we will make a new variable called OPR, operator. Hope it's relevant. And here we will be taking in the operator which they want. So input, and here we will prompt them to enter an operator. So we will say enter an operator from, okay, we will make this double quotes because we are going to use quotes here too. Just a second, we will make this double quotes, and then we will enter the prompt operator from. It's better if we mention the different operators because the user might enter something else. So let's mention the operators from. Now you guys know why I used, hope you guys know why I used double quotes here. As you know, strings can be entered in single quotes and double quotes, but I have entered single quotes in the first one, and here I've entered double quotes because I'm gonna be using single quotes inside of the string too. So if I were to use single quotes to construct the string, then it would have been a mess because there are going to be some single quotes in between. It's going to take different strings. So that is going to be a mess. So that's why I put double quotes on the outside. So now let's name some operators. So first is plus, then is minus, then is um, division, and then comes multiplication. So now we have the prompt for operators. Now the user will be entering an operator. So what happens is it'll ask, the program will ask the user to enter the first number. The user is going to enter that, then the second number. So we will have two numbers, and then the user is going to enter one of these four operators, and then the program is going to store that. And then comes the if statements. So these if statements are very very easy, and I will show you how to do this. So first, we'll take the case where the user has entered addition. So you guys will already know if statements and how they work if you see our previous videos. So I'm assuming that you know what if statements are. So now, uh, as I told, we will take the case where the user has entered the addition symbol. So if OPR, which is our variable, equals, we always need to enter two equal symbols because uh, one won't work. So if OPR, if operator equals a plus, then what we want to do is print. We want to print out the answer. So that's very easy. Print. So you can just print out the answer, but it would be better if you would say something like your answer is this and then print out the answer. So for that, if you just want to print out the answer, then just say num1 plus num2. This is very easy. But if you want to print something before that, like your answer is, then uh, wait, let me clear this. Then what you want to do is say your answer is, with this and maybe a space. Let's see how that works. And then number 1 plus num 2. So what this does is it's going to print your answer is, it's going to print that first, and then it's just beside that it's going to print the value of num1 plus num2. This is very very easy. This is very easy. So after this, we will be taking the other cases like subtraction. Let's go to subtraction. Else, we'll be using else if here because we have many cases. Operator equals subtraction symbol, print your answer is, and then num 1. This time it's gonna be minus num 2. This time it's gonna be num 1 minus num 2. So whatever whatever the user enters first, it's gonna subtract the second number out of the first number. So then we repeat the same for what is next. Let's do division. Equals this, print your answer is, comma, num1 divided by num2. Okay, this is very easy. And then we go to the next one, which is L. So most of you will give the else. Most of you will write else here because this is the last operator. But why you want to write else if here too is because after this we want another statement. So if we write else here and end with multiplication, then if the user enters something other than the operators given here, then this program is going to throw an error. So you don't want this to throw an error. So that is why in the end we are gonna say, if the user has entered anything else other than the operator, we are going to say that it's an invalid operator. So that way the program won't throw an error. So it is much better than it's much better than the program throwing an error. So that is why here we want an else if. So this is a multiplication symbol, print is num1 multiplied by num2. So this is most of the program done. Let's just write the last line. This line is important as you don't want the program throwing an error. So we'll just write else print invalid input, or we can capitalize this, invalid input. So now this is not going to throw an error if the user enters something else. So this should be pretty much done. Let's see how it functions. So enter the first number, let's say 10. Enter the second number, let's say 2. Enter an operator, so we want 10 divided by 2. So your answer is 5.0, which is 5 basically. So we got the answer. That means the calculator is functioning properly, and I mean we can run several tests on this, like 5 to divide 2.5. Any other thing? I mean, we have only been doing division, so uh, 2 2 multiply 4. So now let's just see if it throws an error. So we do 2 3. Let's do something like this. Invalid input. Okay, it's not throwing an error, so this is working beautifully. So now I think this is pretty much it. So we have the basic calculator. This brief, the summary of this calculator is that we ask the first input from the user, which we are going to save in a variable as num1. So then we ask the second input, which is num2. Then we save those two variables. Then we ask a third input, which is basically the operator. Then we run a bunch of if and else statements. So if the operator is equal to plus, then add the variables. If it's minus, subtract. Division, divide, multiplication, multiply the variables. So it's that easy. If you have understood this calculator properly, then you might have understood the proper usage for the for if statements. So hope you guys understood this calculator, and hope I taught it properly. So if you found this video useful, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We upload Python videos. We upload a lot of Python videos. In fact, those videos are really useful. So yeah, please subscribe, please like this video, and I will see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.